I'm strong in faith.
Faith can move mountains. Radio Maria 91.3 FM.
The voice of truth.
Good evening, Abuja. How are you all doing today? Are you still at work? Are you on your way home? Are you doing your Christmas shopping? Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, relax and enjoy the next 1 hour with us. My guest this evening is Honorable Comrade Eze Onyebuchi Chukwu. He's a youth leader, he's a politician, and the founder and the DG of Society Wealthy Advocates of Nigeria, SWAN. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming. Compliments of the season.
Best wishes.
What are your Christmas plans? Are you staying in Abuja or you're traveling?
No, usually I don't travel. I usually go after the rush.
After the rush?
Yes.
So that means we go for New Year?
Yes, I will.
Okay, all right. So you're a youth leader. Tell us a bit about it. You're a politician, obviously, and you're a youth leader.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that.
Well, my name is Comrade Eze Onyebuchi Chukwu, and now you'll be right to add doctor to my name.
PhD?
Yes. Yesterday I was awarded honorary doctorate degree on humane letters by King's College, British and American Open University here in Abuja.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I am a youth leader, and this has been my passion. My passion all my life has been about youth empowerment. It gives me pleasure when I see youth smile or they get help. So I've been a youth leader in various organizations even before venturing into politics. And as a youth leader, all I'm concerned is how to affect the life of the youth positively. So always bringing out programs that will help to empower the youth. That also led me to registering an NGO, with which I've done my work for the youth. I have records of hundreds of youths who have benefited from my empowerment. Yes.
What form of empowerment? Because we hear empowerment all the time, and then you hear people that say, rather than give me a bag of rice and a pack of this thing, rather than give me fish, teach me how to fish.
Exactly. So, exactly the kind of empowerment that I personally am into. I don't usually give people fish. Like, there's a lady that called and said he sees what I'm doing online, that he wants to give me some kind of money to do empowerment. What she usually do is she give people money, they do giveaway. And I'm a preacher of the fact that we don't need giveaway as youths. What we need is empowerment. So I sent her my account number, and surprisingly, I received 5 million. So I was a kind of 5 million for giveaway. I will not do giveaway with it.
When you say giveaway, you mean people call in and then you just ask them for their account number?
I just sent 100,000 randomly. I said no, I will not. So I kind of formed a team of persons. We planned on how to use it to empower people, not just empower people, to empower the right people. People came on the comment section to tell their stories. I picked from very pathetic stories where you can verify. So from different states, we just be picking from people. We had 48 people empowered without 5 million naira, and among these 48 is a blind girl who got blind in her primary 5 and managed to finish secondary school, and her SS2, and managed to finish secondary school, but she wanted to go to university, but there's no how she can because of her condition. And then they told her the amount with which she will go to school, and the parents don't have it. So after hearing that story, I paid for that school fees, the registration and everything using the money. So she is in school now in Enugu State. We bought a machine for a sickler who, after learning how to sew, and she doesn't have sewing machine, We also bought computers. We paid school fees. We bought washing machine for a young man, a graduate who is also running a laundry shop but doesn't have money for machine.
Okay.
So we empowered. One woman said, I just need flour and oil from Anambra State. So I just need flour and oil to increase my buns baking business.
Yes.
And we provided her with a bag of flour and a gallon of oil. And today she is producing in more
Quantity.
Yes.
And employing people as well.
Exactly.
Because as the business is growing, she will need to employ people.
Yes. So back to my NGO. The empowerment I'm talking about is going from community to community, using social media also to get youths who really want to learn a skill but do not have money to pay. So we get these youths, train them on how on that skills of their choice, and then assist them to start up
To get the equipment after the training.
which to start practicing their skill. So because we believe that this fight against criminality can actually be won on this ground of engaging the youth.
When the youth are, when they are employed,
Yes.
when they are engaged.
Yes,
Because
they're engaged.
idle, the devil finds work for idle hands. That's what
Exactly.
the saying goes.
Exactly.
Yes. This afternoon, you've come with some soundtracks to your life. The first soundtrack is Grace by Solomon Lang. Grace by Solomon Lang. I'll play that for you. So why that particular song? Why is that song one of the soundtracks? You like Grace.
Well, all my life, it's been grace of God. I was born very poor. Maybe I didn't even see silver spoon was plastic spoon. So, while I was in primary school, I usually go to school very late because I was wearing torn clothes. So I go when people are already sitting down, so I can quickly sit and nobody will look at my back. I saw poverty, and this poverty challenged me in life, and I insisted that I will not go through what my parents went through. I'm going to break it, and of course, will not allow my generation to suffer what I suffered. So all my life it's been grace. I've never dreamt for anything. I used to write on my social media that if they say nothing is impossible, that I have done nothing all my life. So I've done the impossible, yet without putting much effort or doing anything extraordinary. My life has been the story of grace from the beginning to where I am today. Yes.
Tell us a bit about your background. Where were you born? And
Okay, I was born in the local village of Omege, in Abomege, on the local government area of Ebonyi State. And while I was 3 years, my mom took me to another community, another local government in Ebonyi State. That's Afiposa local government in Eda. In that Eda, we were in Oso village. And I had my primary school at Central School in Oso Eda. So after my primary school, I performed very well. And there's a school then. There are other secondary schools, but government secondary school Owutu-Eda was a place where the gathering of the intelligent ones from primary school. So I made it to government secondary school Owutu-Eda. And that's where I had my secondary school. After there, meanwhile, through this period, my mother was just doing many jobs from one place to another to keep me going in school. From there, I went to Onitsha without going to school, going to the university straight. I went to Onitsha to start up life, and I started, first of all, selling food stuff for my sister. From there, I started selling films. When we were using CD players and cassettes. So I started selling films in 2003. From there, I opened a shop for football match where you watch football.
Viewing center,
thank you. And from there, I got admission into Ebonyi State University to read law through diploma. So I read diploma 2 years and got my results good enough to go into the direct entry. I was told I have to pay 220,000 naira for registration and everything. I do not even have the 20,000 on top of the 200, so I have to drop it. So I dropped and started my business. got married in 2013, moved to Abuja, and started the business I'm doing today. From here, I went to National Open University to finish up my school, which I started another course, criminology. So I did criminology in National Open University and got my BSc. Planning to still go back to finish my law because that's where
your passion.
my interest is. Yes.
Do you see yourself, if you read law, to become an activist or something like that?
Yeah, I've been an activist all my life. I've actually done that, and in my secondary school, my teacher used to call me the law because my best subject was government and English. So I started answering that name, the law, till today. Friends know me better as the law, and that gave me that vision of reading law.
So back to so at what point did you realize that you had it in you to follow the path that you're following as a youth leader? At what point what particular incident opened your eye to the fact that since I have this talent and I have this passion, let me do this?
Like I said, I've never dreamt to be anything. It just comes. I do anything I do for the sake of I am supposed to do it. I've been passionate about advocating for good governance in Nigeria. So I never knew one day that I would even have anything to do with politics. So in 2019, when we were having bad governance in the country, I saw two candidates that looked like they are better than what is on ground. I started to use my personal funds to pursue it. That was His Excellency, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and of course, His Excellency, former Governor Peter Obi. And I pursued it for them. Spent my money to campaign for them without having any intention of going into politics. So all I was just doing is to be part of those who would change the governance into a better one. And at the end, it happened the way it happened. And because the love and the passion is for the country, and they didn't go getting angry, criticizing the ones who are there, So I said, someone has emerged. All we have to do is to support our leaders to succeed. Once they succeed, the country will succeed also.
Yes.
So in 2023, I also looked at this thing again. I chose Obi, and I did campaign for him vigorously to see that he comes on board because he was speaking the language that I want to hear about the governance of this country. And at the end, it happened the way it happened. Of course, the love is with the country and not with the candidates. So I switched back to the country. The work I've been doing is what prompted the governor of Anambra State to nominate me as the national leader of our party. And since then...
So you're currently the national youth leader?
Yes, I'm the national youth leader. I'm also the chairman of the Forum of National Youth Leaders of all the political parties in Nigeria. So when I came on board as the national leader of APGA, I also contested, and they found me worthy of the position. I took it also. As a national leader, I don't play politics. Actually, I don't agree with anyone. I'm a politician. Because when you talk about politician in Nigeria, I once told a policeman I'm a politician. I say, you want me to trust you? I say, hey, imagine a policeman is also telling you, I'm a politician. So I brought in the spirit of civil society, activism, working for humanity into politics. Since I became the national leader, it has all been about advocacy for good governance, youth empowerment, using my NGO. I have records of close to 200 youths that have been recruited. I usually conduct skills acquisition, and I will call out youths who want to learn skills for free. I will list out the skills. Those who want to learn will indicate, then we enroll them. They will go and learn for free.
Can you, for the benefit of our listeners, call out your social handle?
Okay. I actually have a huge presence on Facebook. The law, DELAW, the law Eze Onyebuchi Chukwu. That's my Facebook name. The law Eze Onyebuchi Chukwu.
Right. If anybody wants to key into the work we do, any young person.
If you open it now, you will even see the 5 million naira empowerment. I still pin it.
How you
it's there.
That's very important. So I imagine being the youth leader of a political party, that means one of your mandates will be how to galvanize the youth to vote in the election, isn't it?
I am even right now. I'm even a candidate of my party.
So I want to ask you. So beyond voting, how do you actively involve Nigerian youth in policy making and governance structures? Because voting is one thing, How do you get them to start thinking critically? Because of whether we like it or not, the youth, they are the future of this nation. The nation belongs to them. The future belongs to them. So how do you harness that? How do you make sure that beyond getting people to go to the polls and vote and all that, what is your strategy?
The best way to actually get Nigerian youths is by living it. They are tired of talks. They're tired of talks. So when I even registered my NGO, our motto is walk the talk. So Nigerian youths have given up on politics. They've given up on politicians. There's no kind of sweet talk you come and tell Nigerian youth, can you believe it? You will say, forget it, that's how they talk. So the best way to actually get them to be part of the politics of their country is by living it. And the way we have been living it as a youth leader is to be honest, to show dignity, to show honesty, to be transparent. So when this 5 million came, the way we disbursed it, each person we empower, we will write how much remaining from the 5 million. They saw it from the 5 million down to the last kobo.
And that's very important.
Yeah, so we've been doing that. That has made a lot of you to say, because of you, I want to play politics. In fact, the reason why I actually want to shoot at leadership is nothing else but to restore the hope of the youth, especially the youth, to restore their hope in politics. And I told them that I've been an advocate of the youth must not be on the side of social media critics alone. It's time we take over the structure. The people who determine who emerges a candidate, the youth should be part of that structure that determines.
So my question, Honorable, is when you now take over the structure, what is your strategy so that it doesn't become business as usual? Do you have any particular strategy that you plan to deploy? Because it's one thing to take over together, but what do you plan? Because you must plan. You must have your,
when you take over the structure, you become the one that determines who emerges as a candidate of a political party. So if the youth can take over the structure of the NWC of political parties, for instance, I call it infiltration. Infiltrate that structure. So that when they are deciding who will take the ticket, between this old bad politician or new bad politician or young bad politician to a good one, you will say, no, this is the one we are going for. So the first step is for us to have credible candidates, God-fearing candidates, people who are coming to work. So now, giving an example of my own party, I don't want to be mentioning names because of the program where we are. We've been able to take over the party as youth. The national chairman of the party is just 41 years this year. And of course, the youth leader is actually a youth. Sometimes we usually have 60-year-old as a youth leader. But this time around, we are for me to even emerge myself as a candidate of my party for this AMAC election, this FCT council
so you are
election.
a candidate?
I'm a candidate of my party to contest for AMAC chairman. For me to even emerge is as a result of the youth taking over the structure of this party. If not, if you don't have the financial muscle in the past, you can't even emerge.
You must have money.
You must have money to see some people. But here, we are talking about, we're looking for youths who are credible, who have the capacity, who have track records of advocating for good governance or delivering on the little they've been given.
And who have record of integrity, transparency,
Thank you.
My guest is Honorable Comrade Eze Onyebuchi Chukwu. He's a national youth leader of a mainstream political party. He's a chairman, Forum of National Youth Leaders of all political parties in Nigeria. And he's also the founder and DG Society Wellbeing Advocates of Nigeria. Now, I want to ask you something, Honorable. Next year, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of activity about voting and all that. And you know that we have this problem of violence. And when we talk of violence, it's the young people. Now, talk to our listeners. the young people? What are you going to tell me about political violence?
Well, majority of the young people have actually learned. They have. It's no longer this as usual. Now they are the ones telling you, just as we go about consulting with people, they will tell you, we are with you. Anybody that do anyhow, because they are the ones who actually perpetrate this violence. So whenever they say it's enough, it's enough. And now their eyes opening to the deceit of the bad leaders, because it's not actually everyone in politics that is bad, even among the old folks. So their eyes opening to this deceit, using tribe, using religion to cause crisis. And I have been taking message to a lot of our youth, telling them that our problem in the country is not actually tribe or religion. That our problem is inability of people of all tribes, people of all religions to do the right thing. If anyone decides to come on board and do things right, whether from tribe A or from tribe B, from religion A or religion B, everyone will enjoy it. So their eyes are being opened to the deceit of using us against ourselves.
So what is your message to that young person or young people listening now? If somebody comes to them to offer them maybe money or something to come and cause chaos and confusion, talk to them directly.
Your future is as important to your own parents, just as the future of the children of the same person coming to you to cause violence. When they come, ask them, where is your own son? Where is your own daughter? If their own children are not in the midst of that violence, don't go. There's no amount of money they will give you that equates your future. And when they say you should go and cause violence and your life terminates, that's the end of it. One day ask yourself, this man sending you to go and cause violence against your fellow youths, if you want to marry his daughter, or you are a woman, you want to marry his son, will he agree? No, because you are not the type. They have future for their children. Your parents also need your future. So say no to violence. The violence they are asking you to go and perpetrate is actually against yourself. Any violence against the youth is against yourself. So I am telling you out there, the youth, say no to violence. Any politician that asks you to go and do violence, say no to it. They don't love you.
Fantastic. So you have heard from the national youth leader telling you stay away from violence. And we also have the other issue that we have to talk about, because you represent the youth, drug addiction and all that. Do you have any message for the young people listening?
Yes, drug has been one of the biggest challenges of the youth. Drug is an instigator of an enhancer of criminality, but majority of the times, drugs is also caused by joblessness. A lot of people slide into drug abuse because of too much time to associate with people who are also in the practice. So I believe that youth empowerment will also diminish drug abuse. And I will be using this opportunity to talk to the youths. You see, taking drug, there's something that drug does to people who take it. Gradually, you'll be losing your sense of reasoning. I noticed that some of my friends or people I knew from school, because of drug, they now behave. When you are drunk, you won't know you are misbehaving. It's only the person who is not drunk that will know that you are misbehaving. Drug gradually takes away your reasoning. Your IQ continues to deteriorate. So before you know it, you start talking anyhow, behaving anyhow. You won't reason well. Anything that will make you not be your real self, run away from it. There's no single profit. Somebody will tell you to make you to be high. High on what? High to do what? It is not drug that brought the role models of that are looking up to in this life to who they are today. Drug is a killer. Drug is a stopper. Drug will stop you from achieving your means. So I'm asking the youth to quit drug. It is possible. Nobody should tell you that to stop drug is not easy. It's very easy. Just say you are no longer taking drugs. Simple.
Just say no.
Just say no to it. Hate it.
Did you ever have any temptation yourself when you were growing up? Did you have any peer pressure of, take drugs or things like that? And how did you deal with it, the challenge?
I have never taken a cigarette.
No, what I mean is that did you have people around you who have influenced you? And how did you resist that?
In my dormitory, I was living with someone who takes marijuana. He's a young guy, he smokes it, he drinks it, he uses it to cook rice. So I was living in the same house with him. And I never felt like taking it one day. So it is just a matter of you knowing where you're coming from.
That's very interesting.
There's a story I usually value where they say a man gave birth to 2 sons. The man was a drunk. One watched the father, and was very angry with what he was doing, and he said he would never be a drunk. The other one watched his father and learned exactly what the father was doing and became a drunk. So I came from a place, and I told myself that I will never be stupid. So anytime I want to misbehave, I remember where I'm coming from. And I tell myself, I said, I have to beat this. So if you're a young man, take some time, especially at night, lie down, face up, look at the ceiling, think about your family, ask yourself, how come your forerunners, if you are not the first son, what happened to your first son from so years to so years? When did he derail if he's not doing well? At what point? And you, what age are you? At what point do you start having problems? So I've asked these questions. I asked myself, first one, what happened? At this age, look at what happened. This one, this. So before then, I will not take decision and say, I cannot follow the same path. That I'm going to be different. And by the grace of God, today I am different.
So do you believe that if you set your mind to it and you work hard, you can achieve almost anything you want to do?
Exactly.
But drugs, of course, that's a downhill.
Once you start taking drugs, you can do anything. Anyone that takes drugs can steal. Anyone that takes drugs can rape. Anyone that takes drugs can do anything because you are no longer yourself. When the Bible said you should not even take alcohol, it didn't even say don't take alcohol. It only said don't over. That is when you overtake. Simply means you are now under the control of something. So if you are being controlled, you don't have the power over yourself. It's wrong.
It's not worth it.
Anything you should do that will make you to lose the control of yourself, forget about it. It can make you to go into what you regret.
So let's talk more about yourself now, because you've had a lot of experiences. You left home early, went and started hustling. Can I use that word?
Yes.
By yourself in
Onitsha.
In Onitsha.
Yes.
Doing different kinds of hustle, and you were focused. How did you maintain that focus and did not derail? Despite all I can imagine the challenges.
Well, my mother.
Where did you draw your strength from?
My mother played a role. My mother had three ideologies of life. One, my mother would keep telling us, don't marry your fellow poor person. He said, when I mean fellow poor person, I mean a woman who doesn't have what he's doing. So if the woman doesn't have handwork or business or works for government, say don't marry. He say you are born in poverty. If you marry someone who is also poor, two of you will stay in poverty for a long time. I learned that. My mother would say, don't buy old property. He say, old motorcycle made my brother poor. Don't ever buy old property. It will make you poor. And my mother would say, don't ever go to juju. You see, juju made my mother, when she was dying, she told me, don't ever allow your children to do juju. So even when I did business and got to a point that the business crashed, and the landlord that gave me shop said, I will take you to one place, I told my mother, say no, let the business go. You understand?
Yes.
So I drew my strength from these three. My mother kept saying this. I kept it to myself. Even when I wanted to marry, I started looking for people that have something to do. And I got my wife who was working for government. Though the salary was not in bed, at least my mother would tell you, at least at the end of the month, if you don't see money, your wife will see money. You people will not die of hunger. So that's why I draw my strength. And also, the family where I come from, like I said, I do lie down on the bed at night, look at the ceiling, ask many questions. I have asked my father before when I was 12 years. I say, Daddy, what did you do from the time of your childhood till you pass adulthood, till you become old like this? You didn't build upstairs, because there is an upstairs close to us. and they say it's his mate. You know, I said, you didn't build upstairs. We are living in a mud house. He just entered the house, brought a stick, chased me and said, which house did your mother come to my house with? You know, so those are the kind of questions I've asked. I keep asking myself that kept me on my toes. That whenever I want to misbehave, I remind myself where I come from, and I know that I don't have any other person, and no other person will make me accept myself.
So from what your mother advised you, so when you met your wife, so was the first thing for you so what do you do? Or did you look at her, you were attracted? How did you meet your wife?
Funnily, I didn't even meet my wife. I went for Christmas, and then one of my in-laws, my younger brother's son, came and called me uncle. So one of my in-laws said, look at you are getting old. You won't go and marry. Look at your younger brother's son is calling you uncle. And he's not calling your younger brother daddy. So I said, my brother, I want to marry now, but I don't want to marry outside. I want to marry from our place. He said, we'll go and marry now. So my sister, who is his wife, now said, is this that Evelyn that does so work? That's the person that fits you. He's just as tall as you, as fair as you. I said, please give me the person's number now. The other one now said, don't try it. If you go, he will just slap you inside the gutter. You know, it's a military woman or this. I say, that's the one me I want. So I just collected the number, prayed, and called her the next day. Calling her straight, I told her who I was, and I told her I'm calling because I want to marry you. She has never seen me.
Straight to the point.
Yes, she said, she laughed and said, what made you think I can marry you? I said, because you're a woman, I'm a man, and men marry women.
And you have a job.
I know. I didn't even know the job he was doing itself. So the only thing is that she asked me, do you know me? I said, I don't know, but I know your family, and I've asked questions about your father and your mother. I know that if your mother and your father can do it to old age, that means me and you can do it to the old age. So it was later she now told me the work she does, which I don't even know what it is. So I said, no problem, you know, and then we started. From that January that I called to before the end of February, I had already finished all the traditional rites.
Within a month?
Yeah, within a month. I've not even seen her, and I was there. So she said, what if you see me and I'm ugly? I said, I'm looking for a wife, not a girlfriend. I've done girlfriends. I need a wife now. Whether you're ugly or not, I don't care. So our first meeting was when I had already finished the items on the list.
She sent you a list?
The family, they will give you a list. I went the first day, second day, the third day, I finished the list. She now came back and we planned the white wedding, which was supposed to even be on the next month, March. But because of her own work, they gave her permission by May. So May 2nd, we had our traditional marriage. May 4th, had our white wedding.
That goes back to what you said earlier, that your life has been about grace, because this sounds like the grace of God in your life.
Exactly.
You go somewhere and then the wife, ideal wife was presented to you, waiting for you.
Yes.
So I really enjoy that story. I'm going to play the second soundtrack to your life now. The second soundtrack to your life is Eze Ebube. See how far it brought me. I'll play that for you now. That was Eze Ebube. See how far it brought me. Tell us about what that is special to you.
Yeah, I am a living testimony, so I love thanking God. And majority of the charity work I do is actually, I do it to give back to God, not even the society. So each time I give out, it makes me feel like I am serving God. And I have actually seen a lot of betrayers, but it doesn't get at me. So before you even betray, people only betray you when you're expecting from them. So I don't ever expect from anybody. Whatever I'm doing, I see it like I'm doing for God. So when you betray, I see it like you're living your life, I'm living my own life. So my own life is to please God, your own is to please yourself. So it's none of my business. So I love living to praise God. But of course, telling God how far it brought me, knowing that from where I was born and the past that I have, I'm not supposed to be where I am today. So that's it.
Okay, we're going to open the phone lines now. If you want to join this conversation, if you have a comment or a question, you can call in on 081 081-084-47518. I repeat, 081-084-47518. So, Honorable, you're going to start campaigning and all that for our votes now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just need people who are angry and hungry for good governance. They are the kind of people I'm looking for. Because people like us, we can't go back to our vomits. We can't say things are not going right and then you give us opportunity, we start doing things wrong. It's not possible.
What are people that say, well, politics is dirty, I don't want to get involved, and I'm a good person, but I don't want to be tainted by politics. What do you say to that person?
Yeah, this is one of the things, one of the advocacy we've actually been carrying out among the youth. The youths have been made, this is actually a blackmail, it's a propaganda. It's been said that it's a dirty game so that the youth will keep away, so that good people will keep away. But it's not a dirty game. It's actually dirty people in it that play it dirty. There is no place where you will go, you will not see bad people. You know, like I tell them in life, no tribe is our problem. We have two types of human beings, good and bad. And this good person and bad person, they are found in all regions, all religions, all tribes, they're everywhere, in all professions. So there is nothing like politics is a dirty game. It's not dirty. It's as clean as anything. So in fact, without politics, there won't be society.
Well, so how about those that say, well, it's very expensive, you need so many millions and God knows how much to run for office, and I don't have that kind of money, even though I believe I have what it takes, to offer my services and all that, I'm honest, but I don't have that kind of money. What do you say to that person?
That's true. It's still the same weapon. They've used money, they weaponize politics, monetize it so that people who are good will not make it. Because in the society, you will notice that good people, once they gather wealth, they distribute through empowerment or assisting others. Those who don't care only gather wealth, gather. So they have enough to contest. But in this one, I will advise any young person who really want to make change to give it a shot first. If you look at 2023, the man that came to contest election, Mr. Peter Obi, he's actually one of the richest people in this country. But he came like he wasn't rich. So assuming he was poor, what you saw is what would have still happened, because he said he doesn't give shish. And then you see people contributing money. First of all, bring character on board, bring something to the table, show the people that are going to be different, and they will contribute. Like now, I am in the contest. I can tell you that I've spent money, but the money I've spent, 50% of that money is not from my pocket. People look at you and say, and look at your track record, and then they begin to invest in you, knowing that you coming on board is good governance coming on board. You coming on board will be solution coming on board. So people are hungry for good governance. So when they see anyone that has track record of honesty, transparency, dignity, they will invest in that person. Yes.
And of course, when you get there, you must not betray their trust.
Yes, that's number one.
You
must keep to what we have been preaching.
You must be the change. You must
yes.
Go there and
make a difference.
Be the change.
Yes.
So when you look back at all your achievements, what is the one major lesson that you have learned, that life has taught you, coming from your background to where you are today? What major lesson would you say you have learned in life?
Well, one of the lessons is the burden of helping others. Many times you hurt yourself just to help people. And it's not easy when you do that and then you get second hurt from the same person that you hurt yourself to help. So I've learned to also help myself as much as I try to help others. Because the Bible said that you should love your neighbor as you love yourself, not more than you love yourself, And I have also learned to make people be part of the help you want to give them. Because sometimes when the thing comes free, they don't know the value. They don't appreciate it.
I agree with you.
Yes.
So you make them be a part of the solution.
Yes.
Not just to sit down and then say, oh yeah, take and all that.
Thank you.
I think that is very, very...
Yes. When you want to give people fish, and you even give them the fish, cook it for them, and now pass it for them to just eat or put it in their mouth, they will not have value for it. At least if you want me to give you fish, you also bring your pot with which you cook the fish.
But you even give them the net to go and catch the fish. You go with them to go and catch the fish
for them.
You know, so at least they appreciate the process and the end results.
Yes.
Okay. So from now, you know, when do you now start actively, you know, talking to the people? You know, what does it entail? What does it entail to go out there and for our young people listening who want to perhaps, you know, get involved? What does it entail?
Well, we've been talking to our people. We've been moving from one village to another in Abuja Municipal Area Council. We've been moving from community to community, from association to association, market to market. Anywhere we see group of persons, we've been moving there, going to stakeholders to tell them they need for us to have good governance, at least at the center of this country. You know, Abuja Municipal Area Council is like the capital of the capital. It's the capital of the giant of Africa, you know. So, and if the capital of the capital is not a model of what a local government should be in Nigeria, then there's a problem.
But what does it entail for young people who want to get involved? I want to know the practical steps. What do they need to do, for instance?
There's nothing that they need to do outside spreading the news that one of us who is credible is contesting. We need to support this one. We need to say no to money. So anywhere I go, they mention money. I will tell them if people bring money, which is our government money, you receive the money and eat it. And then go for the person that will work for you. So all I tell them anywhere I go is that don't allow anybody to bring the case of religion or religion any longer. That's not our problem. If tribe was our problem, when your tribal man is in power, you're supposed to be enjoying. But it doesn't work that way. So you just talk them to actually know what we need now is good governance, not my tribal person or my religious person. So, and they are buying into this message, knowing that once there is good governance, their problems will stop. And the mess we are getting from leaders will stop. Empowerment will come, employment will also come. Then our local areas will be developed. Because as long as I'm concerned, I've walked through the rural areas of AMAC. I'm telling you, my village is better than majority of the places in AMAC. If you pass the city center, what you see is a glorified village where there's no road, no light, schools are messed up, primary health centers messed up, and all of that.
But that's the issue, Honorable. People will say we have heard this before. That's another politician talking. They say it all the time.
Yes.
Once we give them our mandate, that is it. We don't hear from them for another 4 years. So why should anybody believe you now that you are different? Why?
Looking at my track records. So before you support anyone or you go to vote anyone in this forthcoming FCT Council election, residents of AMAC, if you are listening to me, first of all, browse the person. What has the person been doing for a better society before now? Are these people coming just to ask, tell you what they can do because of votes, or they are telling you what they've been doing? What have they been doing?
What's their track record?
Their track record. If you look at it and you find a person worthy of honesty, of transparency, then you go ahead and vote the person. So, but if the person has not been doing anything, has only been talk, no action, no steps taken to walk the talk, and he's coming out to tell us he's going to do heaven and earth, that is not true. Because the man who cannot give while he has 1,000 naira will still not give when you have 1 million naira. So what is not known to him will not be known to him even in power. And they say that you can't give what you don't have. We've been in the business of youth empowerment. We've been in the business of advocacy for good governance. We have taken steps, even registering an NGO, to do practical youth free skills acquisition, both online and offline. I don't think there's any state in the country that there's no one youth that benefited from my empowerment.
So if people want to key in, they need to go to your social...
Just my social media. You don't even need to come to me. You don't need to know me or see me.
So how does a youth qualify to benefit?
No qualification, as long as you are from... Whether you are not even from Nigeria. Once I put up a post and said, sometimes I will ask, what skill do you have that can teach others for free? You see people volunteering because they know the credibility of my platform. You see them volunteering. I make hair, I make nails. I can teach 5 youths for free. Then people will indicate to us, I want to learn. I will link the 2 of them immediately on that platform. And you will see them talking. I am now learning. Like now we have 5 youths, ladies, learning how to sew with one Eunice Fashion Academy in Ebonyi. There's another fashion academy, 8 people now learning from that 5 million naira empowerment. These 8 people, you see their teachers, the school teaching them, constantly updating us on social media. Thank you. That these people are learning thanks to so person. Yeah. So that's the kind of thing that we do, and that's the kind of thing we will elaborate on when we come on board. We are going to even have register an NGO the name of AMAC as a government. We're going to have AMAC Foundation. This AMAC Foundation will rally all the NGOs, civil society organizations in AMAC that are impactful. We'll rally them around and fund them to do more. You understand? And of course, the kind of government we have been asking for is the type we want to bring. Government is supposed to be to the people. Government belongs to the people, not to go to grassroots and then get their votes. Then you come back and relax in the city. In 4 years' time, you go back to grassroots again. And the time when you're going to the grassroots, there's no road to go. You use your vehicle and maneuver and enter. And then you come out, you do nothing. After 4 years, you go back to the people. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about governance, that government that will be taken to the people. Few days in the office, all the time in the field, working for the people that own the government. We're talking about a free medical care for women, as it is in Anambra State, where you see women, once you get pregnant, from the time of pregnancy to the time of delivery, and even CS, everything is free of charge in Anambra State. It is what we are also bringing to governance in AMAC. It's there in our manifesto, and we titled it Social Contract, because we're coming to sign contract with the people. We're talking about free education, where both school fees, both books, school uniform, PTA, all are being paid by government. Not the one they will ask